Tradition lives here. Okanagan Sun Football with Ryan Waters.
The Okanagan Sun will have a changing of the guard heading into their 2010 season. Former player, coach, and broadcaster Bill Long has been elected as the 10th president in Sun franchise history. Long becomes the first former player to hold the presidency and is honored by the selection.
It's a tremendous honor, and I think it just shows that there's a great family here, that we all stick together, and there's people who've come through this program as players and come back as coaches and board of directors, and I look out in that audience today at the AGM, and it's a brotherhood, it's a family, and I really feel that way.
And one of the things you mentioned in your acceptance speech is the board of directors for the 2010 Okanagan Sun have almost 200 years of experience with the football team. That to me is amazing.
Well, it's a bit staggering, really. I had to stop and add it up myself, and there's a half a dozen members of the board who've been with this organization for 20 years or more, and that kind of experience, that type of mentoring is hugely important. It's something that we have to draw upon continually. You have to always bring in new people and get that new blood, but you can't push the old ones out the door, because they're the ones who laid the groundwork for what we're doing today and have us in this the position that we are today, which is really probably one of the best positions this club has been in ever.
One of the guys that is walking out that door, to a certain extent, is outgoing president Les Weiss, who was only here for 2 years as president. Before him, Bob Lindsay was president for quite a few years. Do you see yourself only being president for 2 years like Les was, or are you going to be a longer president?
I think at this time I haven't set a time frame as to how long that's going to be. I think when somebody takes on the presidency of the organization, they're going to have 2-3 years is what they'd want to do, and I think it's the obligation of the president to bring somebody along to take over from them, so that there is always somebody new. You can work an ascendancy into a constitution, say you're there for only 1 or 2 or 3 years maximum, but it really depends on who's coming along, and I think it's got to be the duty of the president to make sure that when he walks away, he has a replacement set up and lined up, ready to go. And you talk about Bob Lindsay, who was president for such a long time, through some of the toughest times that this organization ever went through. And then Les Weiss, who's been involved since 1985 as a coach and then general manager from like 89 on, and the work that he did. I mean, I don't think people really understand how much work Les did until they look at the current board of directors, and there's now 3 people doing what he used to do, because the workload was so massive. He took so much on himself, and it's a testament to Les's ability to organize and coordinate, and his passion for the club. It's been really quite unmatched.
You're one of 3 guys in this room here this morning, that has been with his football team since day number 1. Back in 1981. So what do you see going into the 2010 season?
I think my first order of business as president is to make sure that the board that is in place understands and realizes the duties that they have. That's as a president, I don't really carry that torch and everybody follow me. I set the tone, I set the pace, but it's up to those individuals who are fully qualified to do their jobs. I'm not going to tell anybody how to do their job, because they've all done it for so long. But I think as a president, you have to establish the overall feeling, and that's one of inclusiveness and making sure that everybody on the board feels that they contribute. And that's what I'm going to set out first. Make sure that everybody who's around that board table, all 18 of us, feel as if they're bringing something to the table.
Was this position ever on your radar? I mean, you've been a player, you've been a coach, you've been a stellar color commentator on the AM 1150 broadcast for the last couple seasons with myself. Was president ever on your mind?
A long time ago, Barry Arnett said to me, "You'd make a really good president." And I think he was kind of joking, and I don't know how many beers have been involved in the comment at that time. But I would say that over the past 3 years, it's something that I have worked into my thought pattern, and as something that could happen in the future. I don't say I had a real aspiration for that. It was just something that I thought, if the opportunity arose, I would step up and come to bat, as the saying goes. And it was accelerated a little bit from the end of last year. And when I figured at that time, now is the time I need to step up, and fully expecting, Les Weiss to be around for at least another year or 2. And then when he decided he wasn't going to, well, then the timetable moved up, and I figured that, no, this is the way it's planned, and this is the way you got to go with it, and I'm ready for this, so I'm quite excited.
Well, congratulations, and I guess I will have to find a new color commentary.
Yes, I don't think being president allows me the freedom of speech that I've enjoyed over the past couple of of years, and I know that as color commentator, which honestly I just enjoyed that so much. I found it way more fun than coaching, but it was something where there was a couple of times I said things that I looked over at you and your eyebrows were up and you're shaking your head going, I can't believe you just said that. But I can't say that now.
No, Mr. President, you will have to watch what you say from now on. Former Sun player, coach, and broadcaster Bill Long is the new president of the Okanagan Sun Football Club. Until next time, I'm Ryan Waters.